I'm going to turn it over to our MSL lead reporter, Charlie Odenfeld.
Yeah, so obviously this is a tight-knit team, and we've got a father and son coaching, but we've got two grandstaffs up here today. What's it like to play together, and does it just add to the tight-knit feeling of this team?
I mean, it's always cool playing with like another grand staff. I mean, we always like to compete against each other, so it's just always fun in practice with each other.
Yeah, we've built that chemistry, and we're just trying to keep it going throughout the season.
Yeah. Getting into this season, I heard you guys mention when I was when I was at practice, you guys are heading out to 5 for a 7-on-7, and that's a pretty big step up in terms of school size and competition. So, what do those kind of competitions, those 7-on-7s, what does that do for this school, and what do you get out of really challenging yourselves before the season?
I'll take that. We like to push ourselves as much as possible. The boys have heard me say this a lot of times. Adversity introduces you to yourself. So we're going to try to compete with somebody that is that spot, probably that higher division, and truly test ourselves and see how we can compete.
Yeah. And I was talking to your coach. You guys have a pretty long hike to start the year. A couple hours. You're getting out of school early, which that's probably pretty good. But is there any extra adversity that comes with you got a long road game week 1? And does it change your mindset at all?
No. Coach always says it's just we get to ride in an air-conditioned bus. It's just another game. It's just being on the road. It's nothing different from Friday night football game. Nothing different.
Yeah, and I mean, just to add on to that, this is starting off 1-0 helps you guys a lot because this is a higher division school. With a smaller playoff format, do you guys feel any extra pressure to try to get that first home playoff game in school history, or is it just we're going to take care of business where we can and see where the chips land?
I'll say that's my responsibility to get us there, and our coaching staff. Absolutely, that's on our minds to bring that first playoff game in school history to our school, to our building and our first the field that was never there before. Every game's a statement game, but this one is a big one. It's a beautiful facility we get to play at Beechwood, so we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, just throughout the summer, throughout practices, what has been your guys' mindset, or I guess what's the team culture been like throughout the summer to help motivate you guys to be ready for this tough matchup you guys got coming up?
I'll take that one. Coach Zimba, he's represented our brand. He's brought it up a lot. Just Ironman football, and we know we're going to play both sides of the ball. So we just got to get down and get ready for it. So we know what's ahead of us.
2011, 2012, those are the only 2 years in school history that you guys have won a playoff game. Last year, you guys got pretty close to making it. Obviously, like Charlie just mentioned, with the 12-team format, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to get there. But, what are you guys doing to ensure that, 1, you'll make the playoffs, and 2, you'll take care of business once you get there?
They compete every week. We 24 boys on the team, and like they said, it's Ironman football. Like I talk all the time, and that is part of our brand. It's a small school, but we accept that. And I know we're going to travel about 700 miles in the first 3 weeks, let alone traveling to West Virginia yesterday. But again, we'll take each game as we call it a statement game, and each game should be one. We concentrate on that game for that week, and then we'll move on to the following week. But we'll put the work in. These guys will put the work in on both sides of the ball, like Kelvin said, and we'll see where we land.
And, for you guys, playing that Ironman style of football takes a lot out of you. And, when the going gets tough in the fourth quarter, what keeps you guys moving? What keeps you guys playing as hard as you did in the first quarter late in the game?
I would say wanting to make school history, getting the first home playoff game. That's what we've really been driving for, and that's all we want this year is have our first home playoff game, I would say, and going far in the playoffs.
Yeah, looking at both sides of the ball for you guys, just to shift to the offensive side of the ball, a lot of guys with a lot of experience are coming back on that side. You included Cohen, and so I just wanted to ask, in the second year with Hayden starting under center, is there anything you've been able to do, or any ways you've been able to expand your game that you weren't able to in years past?
Me and Hayden been real close, so I think chemistry is there. He knows what I'm doing. I know what he's doing. So just the fact that I can trust him and he can trust me, just I think makes it better going into his second year.
Yeah, and talking to your coach before the season, it seems like this group really has been, you know, tight-knit for as long as you guys have been playing football. This, you know, how unique is that and how special is it to, you know, be out there fighting for history with guys that you've been playing with since you've been in elementary school?
Oh, it's grabbing with these guys. They all been my friends since I've got there. So it's just nice having that last hoorah and just going out with a good time.
Yeah.
Are there any games you guys see in the upcoming schedule that you kind of got circled on the calendar, like that's the game we really want to show out for?
All of them.
All of
Every
them?
single game. And again, I'll say we start with that D5 team on the road, then we go to a D6 team next on the road, then we head to Steubenville Central Catholic. So, you know, I think we circle them all, and I expect them to do that. And I know that sounds cliche, but I think you have to approach each and every week that way. And again, I'll say it again, these guys work so hard at it. We ask a lot of them because they are on both sides of the ball. Every guy you see here is, and there's a lot of the guys are. But, you know, they know that's what they get here at Rosecrans with our numbers. But they tend to accept that and work at it.
Yeah, so just stopping by Rosecrans, it's a really special environment. You know, there's the
Absolutely.
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. You know, there's the I Will Hill. There's that incredible field. There's all the history you can see for that. You know, you helped build the field, Coach. You know, is there just an extra sense of wanting to earn it because you know, you've literally put your blood, sweat, and tears into putting that field on the ground?
Well, I graduated from Rosecrans, and you know, I never got to play a game there, of course, because there was no field there. You know, my high school coach, Coach Whit Parks, which Titan's dad played for as well. You know, he was a special man and is still, and just it's a blessing to get to play up there and provide a area where we can do that. It wasn't all me, but in no way. It was a team effort that got that put together by a lot of people at the school. But I'll say it, you know, of course I'm a little biased, but there's no place like it to play on a Friday night. Nothing against track. My wife's a track coach, but it has no track around it. So when you come to a game at our place, you are part of the game. You're standing right on the sidelines. I think that's good for fans. I think that's good for our players. When you see that big crowd there under the lights and they're right next to the field, it's definitely a special place to play.
Yeah, and you know, I didn't get to ask you about it when I was there last time, but where does the I Will Hill come from?
That was probably I think it was about 13 years ago when my son was in kindergarten. We started that, and we still have videos of those boys running that thing in the snow when they were in kindergarten. But it's just, you know, I will do what it takes to be the best I can be. And these guys tend to do that, again, because the way we got to operate on a Friday night. But that's where it started at a long time ago, and it still stands there. And we don't use it probably like we should, so maybe we'll get back to that, boys.
Sorry, guys, I didn't mean to give you those friends. You guys have any